The lens guards, the AI, the slow-mo footage, and the battery life are the main reasons why someone would upgrade from the X3 to the X4, in my opinion. I just ordered the X4. It's going to get in tomorrow. Let's talk about these things. I'm also going to give an update on the tech specs. They changed a few things, basically the exact same as what I made in a previous video. There is some new information, and then I'm going to walk you through the bundles at the end to kind of show you what they have and why you may or may not want to go with one over the other. So first off, let's start from the back. The battery life is really not a reason to upgrade. It's just a nice addition. I think in all, with an added feature, it's a nice bonus, but in general, you can just buy yourself another battery, you'll be fine. The Slow-Mo 360 is a really nice upgrade. I like the 5.7K at 60. The 8K is going to be nice. We'll test that out, the higher quality, but I think I'm going to be using that 5.7K 60 most of the time. So that'll be interesting. The AI, I think, is going to be huge. I think the potential for AI to continue to improve in its photo processing, when you look at what Apple has done with their stuff, if Insta360 can figure that out and really improve the image that way, kind of like what Apple has done, then I think we're looking at a much better camera over the next 2 years than we're currently getting right now, because they're going to continue to improve it, hopefully. And then obviously the lens guards is huge. I think the biggest thing with the lens guards is a peace of mind that's going to let you take this camera places that you wouldn't have taken it otherwise, because you know, if something happens, I'll just replace the lens. And that's not bad. You get 2 free lens guards in the base package, and then I bought the 2 premium lens guards so that I could just test those out. They're nicer quality and stronger glass and all that. So that's interesting. Now you're also getting this heat dispenser for the 8K filming. You can see right there over on the side. And that's interesting. I think that is just a nice little addition. Obviously it'll help with some of the temperature stuff, but I'll see how that works out when I get it. We'll test all that. We'll run all those longitudinal tests and give you guys the info you need on the stuff that you want so you can make the better buy. Now, as far as the lens guards go, apparently the new one is going to be hyper resistant to scratches and rocks and splashes and stuff, and we'll see. You know, I'm not going to thoroughly test that one. I just want to have it on there and hope that it works out, and obviously if something happens, we'll go from there. I like that they updated the silicone cover, but that's not a big deal for me. I think that it just means you can't use the old ones, so there's that. And then when you look at like what they did, it is interesting that they added some sort of a hole for the top mic up here. I don't know why they did that, but it's there. So maybe there's some reason in case you just want to record audio, 360 audio. I don't know why you would do that. A couple of the accessories that I think are beneficial for some people, like if you're a biker, are this bike mount accessory. I was looking through the stuff, and that's something that I might try out in the future. I currently have a bike mount setup, but this one definitely looks nicer. So that's an interesting feature there. It is really unfortunate that the underwater dive case from the previous version doesn't fit the new one because of the extension in the body, which is one of the things we're going to talk about. It is actually not thinner like I thought in the tech specs. I guess whoever leaked those, it was just, you know, one number off, but we'll talk about that in a second. So you do still have to have a full dive case for it. I would love to see at some point if they can algorithmically figure out how to do that, since with the lens guards on, you do get that air pocket, and maybe that'll make a difference. Now, maybe those lens guards can't go in the water. I got to look into that. We'll see that as we go. But you do still have to use the dive case if you're going underwater, and this new one looks quite bulbous when you look at the side angle view, so that's interesting. When you look at the base package, what you're getting is essentially, well, that's what I ordered, is you're getting 2 lens guards, the Insta360, the X4, and then the heat shield. You don't really get anything else with that. You don't get a micro SD card or anything. So it's worth considering, what are you really looking for? What do you need? If you already have micro SD cards, you've already got the invisible stick, then the base package starts making more and more sense. If you don't have like the silicone cover or something like that, and you will have to get the silicone cover separate if you go with the base package, which is what I ordered, but it's $7, so still a savings. If you jump up to the next combo package, you're going to get the selfie stick plus this silicone cover, and then they show the lens guards as well, so that's nice. Obviously you're going to get those in every package. The next upgrade is going to give you the premium lens guards along with everything else. It's a little bit more expensive, but I think the premiums are nice. Again, the only reason you would go with that package is if you don't have a selfie stick and you're going to want the silicone thing on top of it. In general, I would say if you already own an X3 like I do and you're selling, then go with the other one. If you don't own an X3 at all, or any sort of 360 camera, then I think the premium lens guard bundle is probably your best bet. If nothing else, it's going to give you 2 sets of lens guards, so that's nice. You're going to get the premium and then the standard. And that's the whole point. You'll have an extra. I would put the premium on first and let those go. And then if something happens, you can throw the other lens guards on until you can get new premium. So that would be my thinking on that. It makes the most sense to me if you don't already have an Insta360 camera. Then they have another bundle that's for, bike or just another mounting handlebar mount. So that's a nice feature. The Dive combo kit looks nice. I like that they've got kind of those different extension poles and stuff. I don't know how much I would ever use those myself personally. It's a very unique and niche market, but if you are someone that is a diver, especially with clear water, that's a nice little thing they have there. You might consider buying those poles separately though, because you could probably get it cheaper without some of the other stuff. You might not need the other stuff. When you look at like the bike mount with the chest stuff, that actually looks pretty cool. I'm a biker, just a road biker, so I might consider that in the future, but for right now, it's not something I'm interested in. That works really well from what they've shown on the front-facing camera, so if you're doing single lens mode, that's nice. That's actually one of the specs we need to talk about, is some of that finally came out, and it actually looks pretty decent. I think Insta360 might have actually given me what I was hoping for. You've got the Enduro bundle, which I thought was interesting. They threw in some extra stuff that kind of probably jumped the price that you really don't need, like an extra selfie stick and then another carrying case or whatever. Honestly, I would have been happy without those two accessories and just the battery, but it probably allowed them to up the price and make it look a little better. So I would consider getting a separate charger and battery if you're even thinking about that kind of a bundle. But with how long the battery life is, I don't, and the quick charging, I really don't think you're going to need another battery. Maybe you're the kind of person that's just driving that battery really hard. So something to consider. And obviously the price of the battery is also something to consider. When you look at the creator bundle, like if you're going for that, you've got the mic set up and everything else. I have this set up. This is amazing. I highly recommend the X-Mount 360 with the DJI Mic 2. This whole thing works and will continue to work with the new one, so I'm very excited about that. In fact, the new one, because it is slightly thicker, is going to give me a little bit more wiggle room with this, and I won't have to worry about that edge coming through. So that's actually a big plus of the new one for me, because I love having the Mic 2 on here, and having that extra thickness is going to make my life even easier. So I'm actually really excited about that. Just my 2 cents on that one. And the only other bundle is the drone one, which is the super long selfie stick. I don't think that's really worth getting as a bundle. I would get one of the other bundles, and then if you want to get the longer selfie stick later, maybe get it. But personally, I don't see most people using that extra long pole very often, so I would save that one as a separate purchase in the future. Just my 2 thoughts on that. Now, there's only a few things I need to update in the tech spec area, but here it is really quickly. One of them is that we do only have a 1/2-inch sensor, so it does not look like they gave us a new sensor, which is really disappointing. I would have loved to see that and was really hoping for it. Another major thing is the width that I already talked about. This is 33 millimeters, and the new one is 37 millimeters, so it is slightly thicker, but I'm pretty happy about that actually. And then as far as the charge time, supposedly it's only 55 minutes to full charge, but it is 38 minutes to that 80%. So not much of a difference there. I wouldn't say that that's a deal breaker in any capacity. But a huge thing is that apparently the battery life on the new one is not 100 minutes at 5.7K, it's 135 minutes, which is amazing. And then the 8K is 75. And what I would say is, if the X3 was tested under the same lab conditions and they got 81 minutes, the fact that they're getting 135 minutes in similar lab conditions means that you're going to get an extremely long battery in that X4. So I am very excited about that, but that's the updated specs. Nothing really major there. And that pretty much covers everything for the X4 from the new release. So I hope this helped you. Please like and subscribe if you're enjoying my kind of content, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.